Welcome Sri Lanka. Pum Nisanka has done it. There is a saying in Bollywood movies, and I'm gonna quote that for you guys today. We only have one heart, Pum Nisanka. How many times will you win it? Oh my god, what a win is scripted by Pum Nisanka. And guys, I truly feel we have been looking for the next Virat Kohli. He's not Indian, he's Sri Lankan, he's Pum Nisanka. The way this guy finishes chases for fun, my god, what a talent he is. And today it was on full display against the Aussies. It was a tricky chase, mind you. 180 was not going to be easy. And Pathum Nisanka came out with flying colors, man. What a win for Sri Lanka. And I think we can call this an exit for Australia.
Yes, Pratik, definitely, man. What a knock. Our T20 World Cup 100 first since Mahela Jayawardene scored for Sri Lanka. And I want to congratulate the resilience of Sri Lankan people, the true resilience, because it was 6 overs 70 in the power play, 8 overs 104 in the power play. Thikshana got smashed for 20 runs in that over. And I thought it was going to be very tough for Sri Lanka. And then actually, if you see, so Pathirana also got injured in the middle, and it looked like calamity for Sri Lanka because already they had Hasaranga out of the tournament, and then to have Pathirana out, who bowled a decent first 3-4 balls, and then he got injured. He held his hamstring, and then after that, Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head were absolutely running away with it. They were 8 overs, 104. And I want to apologize to our Sri Lankan viewers. Actually, I last video I had trashed this guy Dushan Hemanta. I had called him the worst ever replacement in a World Cup. Actually, he had replaced Hasaranga. He had replaced Hasaranga, and I really want to apologize to the Sri Lankan fans because today Dushan Hemanta actually changed the game. Today he changed the game with his 3 wickets. He absolutely he was brilliant, and that comeback. And if you score only 30 runs in the last 5 overs in the death and only 5 runs in the last 2 overs, so you're never going to win with a lot of dew. I think Kandy is a hilly place. Correct me, Sri Lankan viewers, that whether there was dew or not, because Kandy is near to, I think Shakti was saying it's, Manisha was saying that it is near to a hill station. That's why there was a lot of dew.
I would say Kushal Mendes, the way they played, right? Pathum Nisanka and Mendes, they actually made sure that Sri Lanka will win regardless. Like, even if due, it would not have come.
So,
Yeah.
just would like to come in.
Hmm.
Russell Arnold, I think around the 13th, 14th over was on the ground and he was showing there was no dew. So,
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, if at all there was, maybe in last couple of overs,
But
I don't know.
Cricket wrote actually there was dew, so maybe there was not.
No, Russell Arnold put
25
his
minutes,
hand
30
on the
minutes.
ground.
Arnold was on the ground on the sidelines. Yes, he was checking.
But
Yeah.
Arnold put
irrespective
his
of
hand on
dew
the
or not,
ground and he showed that there is no dew.
irrespective of that, it was a brilliant knock from Pathum Nisanka and Kushal Mendes.
This guy.
Actually, they know the Sri Lankan pitches too well. I mean, Sri Lankan pitches, you can't slog, Pratik. You can't go blind slogging. That's what India tried to do a little bit yesterday when Surya and Pandya got out. You saw that wicket. So you have to be very cultured in Sri Lanka to bat. That's why Brian Bennett got that 74 of 65 and still ended up on the winning side. So it's not about blind slogging. So
I wish Sri Lanka also wrote on the participating guidelines. Like, if we reach the final, we'll play finals in Sri Lanka only.
And I want to say Cameron Green is such a fraud, man, for Australia. He doesn't bowl. He doesn't
He's a bigger
bat,
fraud than Stoinis.
He's been sent at number 3 continuously in all formats. For what reason? For what reason? I don't know, man. He goes at number 3 in WTC final.
IPL.
And he's been frauding this Australian system since last 6 years, and they're hyping him up. I mean, Bo Webster is better than him. Really, man. Bo Webster is actually better than him. Ben Dwarshuis is a better all-rounder than him. I can say that. He's such a fraud, and he can't play spin. He can't play quick bowling. He can't bowl. I mean, a 38-year-old Stoinis is what 36-year-old Stoinis is bowling. And that was the turning point. That over.
Let's get the initial thoughts from Manisha, who was also supporting Sri Lanka like I was.
Yeah, late reaction, but woo! Sri Lanka, I'm so happy. I mean, when before the Sri Lankan innings started, I messaged in the group that I want my favorite Sri Lankan player to play gem of a knock, and he did, and it is Pathum Nisanka. I became his fan when he scored the 200. That also in Palikele ODI 200, and again this is 100. The first 100 of this T20 World Cup. What a player! I think whenever he scores such a knock, Jayasurya automatically he
Yeah.
beams like a proud father,
Standing the
you
whole
know, like
time,
a
right?
guardian.
Yesterday today was standing the
It
whole
was so
time.
good. It was so good. But obviously, yes, Pratik, and as you said, it was a great 97 runs partnership with Kushal Mendes. Kushal Mendes has been a old guard since, I mean, not exactly old guard, but he plays a lot of formats,
I
right?
was
So,
surprised why
yes,
Pereira
yes,
opened. Like
yes,
these two are just made to play with
yes.
each other. Like yeah.
And last but not the least, Ratnaike. There are so many Ratnaike, but today one Ratnaike just shown. And
And
the one
Pratik
thing I
was
wanted
questioning
to
him. Pratik, he's the star, Sri Lankan star for their future.
And
Don't ever
because
question
Shikhar
him.
mentioned about the bowler Hemanta, initially the way head was playing, I really thought Pathirana got injured. Hasaranga is already injured, I think out of tournament. I don't know, but still the bowlers, what a recovery, what a bounce back. Awesome, Sri Lanka, awesome.
And one of
And
our
the
group
crowd
members
was
was saying
too
Sri
good.
Lanka is going to choke. I'm glad they didn't even used to need to use Kamindu Mendes today. So brilliant play from Sri Lanka. And I started feeling for Pathum Nisanka since that Asia Cup knock when I think Sri
Yeah,
Lanka
Oasia
tied the
Cup.
match with India 200-200. But Pathum Nisanka still after that knock was on the receiving side. So I was really hoping Pathum Nisanka gets to see the bright day like
Great.
this. So
Delhi signed him with 4 crore only, Delhi Capitals.
yeah.
IPL soon coming.
Yeah.
But great match, great match. Australia, I think they're out now with Zimbabwe
Australia are
very
out.
comfortable.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Karthik was saying right that Australia, it's the poorest format for them.
You
They
can't go
don't get
into World
frequent
Cup
cricket.
hoping with just like the best openers. Like, yeah, I know they have world class openers,
So,
but you just can't just hope for big things in World Cup with just two.
so
Hmm.
firstly, I mean, uh, for me, since Jayasurya took over as coach, I've seen something in the Sri Lankan team. They
Hmm.
have they were down and out. They were amongst the minnows. I think they failed to qualify one of those tournaments,
Right.
if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah, they lost to Namibia. Yeah.
yeah, they were down and
Really
out.
good
And
team.
this guy comes, Jayasurya comes, and he instills something in this team. And I was
Hmm.
telling my other cricket friend a year ago that this Sri Lankan team in the coming years will be one that will be to watch out because they're producing some great fast bowling talent. They've always
Hmm.
had spin talent, and now they have top batsmen again. I think
Hmm.
Pathum Nisanka is probably the smoothest batsman among the current generation that's coming out,
Right. Very
and I
stable.
have no, I
Better
have
than
no
Markram and KL.
hesitation.
Better than Markram and KL.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
have
man.
no
They are
hes
not even all format.
They are not of
What
the
are you
same
talking?
generation, also, man. So
Yes.
no, I mean Markram and KL are 10 years in under 19
Yeah.
when they played.
Hmm.
I think 12, 14, 15 years. So I think
Hmm.
Pathum Nisanka, I have no hesitation. I've never liked the foreign batsman for
Ooh,
a long time since Pathum Nisanka. I think this guy is
beautiful
class.
shots. Beautiful
Hmm.
I
shots
mean,
today.
he's
I
Awesome.
think
evolved
what
his
is
game.
his favorite shot is that late cut. I think that late cut he played too many times today, and he's got
One
some
actually
perfection
touched
in it.
the keeper's hand. It was so
Actually, not many people are even in subcontinent today are able to play the late cut like that. Like the way Pathum Nisanka plays, he plays it from the hands of the keeper, and it's always in that gap between short third and point that he
I
always gives us
mean,
that gap. It's really brilliant to see his skills.
especially in white ball, he's outstanding. And the only
Hmm.
problem with him is
Hmm.
I get reminded of Sachin Tendulkar in the 90s. Unfortunately, Pathum
Hmm.
Nisanka, if he plays in the Sri Lankan team with not many batsmen coming through, Mendes is okay, decent batter. Kusal Pereira clicks on his day, but you don't see consistency in the middle order, lower middle order from Sri Lanka. So
Hmm.
unless they produce some very good middle order batsmen, I think they are going to have this amazing talent who will do a lot of
Hmm.
great things, but probably won't be able to win much. A bit
that's the
like
Now they
unfortunate
Sachin
are
thing.
maybe.
Karthik.
Like
So
they
they
had
have
a chance
Pavan
this time.
Ratnaike and Kamindu Mendes. I think that's a good actually. And plus Kushal Mendes is also number 3. So
Yeah.
I think now
No,
it's
Kushal
definitely.
Mendes is a decent batter, but Pawan
Hmm.
Ratnayake, come on, man. I mean, this
Very
guy is
clean.
going
He's
to be a flash in the pan. You
And
can see
Shikhar, we
that.
are
he's
glad Kamil Mishara didn't play today. Like even they were playing him
Yeah, that
regularly.
was the best decision that Sri Lanka took because Kamil Mishra was really struggling. I think I was surprised by that call. So, but that proved to be a
But one
brilliant
thing I
call.
want
No,
to point out, stats, some
I
stats
like
that
Kamindo Mendes. I
yeah,
like Kamindo Mendes for sure. No
yeah.
doubt.
Mm-hmm.
He's
No, he's evolved. But one thing I want to say about Pathum Nisanka is like he was a good 50 over player, but he evolved his game into the T20. And I'm going to read
Yeah.
his stats out. Year 2021, his strike rate was 117. Then next year,
Mm,
112. Then just 92. This is T20I
mm,
strike rate. Then from year 2024, his strike rates are 139, 149, 149. So he changed
mm,
his game. From 112, he increased it to
yeah, yeah.
mm.
149. And his
Yeah.
average also increased in that time period. So
Mm,
that's why I rate him so highly. That he was able to evolve
mm.
his T20I game.
Actually, he was kind of a player who looks for glorious shots, like a lot of cover drives, straight drives. But I think now he's learned to nudge the ball, like take singles. That has made him that really helps your strike rate because you get off strike. So I think
He's
he's
still not a big six hitter like
mm,
Mendes. Like Mendes, I remember
right.
one shot he just tonged on the leg side, right, and it went miles.
Mm,
He's still not a big six hitter, but
mm.
the way he
Guys,
works hard, like yeah.
let's talk about Australia, man. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about
I
time.
mean, I
Karthik, you
always
only
knew
start.
that middle order is just interested in playing
Mm.
league cricket. I know they're not going to deliver. And then
See,
again,
I
some outstanding fielding by
only
Sri Lanka today. The catch of Maxwell. Wow. Again, Pathum Nisanka, man.
Mm,
He became a
mm,
bat, like a squirrel, sorry, flying squirrel.
only one thing I don't agree with anybody who supports Australia is they are not at full strength. They were not at full strength in the Champions Trophy. Dude, it's not
mm,
our problem. You don't want to
mm.
play, screw you. Okay?
No,
Yeah.
no,
You are
they
not at full
wanted to play
strength.
this time. They were
No,
just
no, I
injured.
don't care. I mean, they have
Mm,
to develop their talents. They have to play
mm,
at full strength or not is up to them. I mean, you can't
mm,
come in, show up under strength and say, oh, we were not at full strength, so we lost. I mean,
mm,
that is not really an excuse. The last time they won the T20 World Cup in Dubai, they won
mm,
all 5 tosses. And apart from the day games, every game was
mm,
won by the team that was batting second. So, you
mm.
know, that tournament was completely dewified and they won
Yeah.
every single toss. Semi-final,
Mm.
in fact, semi-final was interesting. Uh,
Yeah,
they
Pakistan.
Shaheen
were
Afridi
going to
messed up.
lose.
Shaheen Afridi
They were
messed up.
going to lose
Death.
even
Yeah,
after batting second. But Shaheen Afridi,
messed up
well, I
in.
think Matthew Wade was brilliant on
Yeah.
that night.
Mm,
But I mean, they won the toss in the final. They just walked the final against New
yeah,
Zealand
yeah.
because of the dew. So
Mm,
my view is Australia, if they don't fix up, if they don't produce,
mm,
you spoke about Cameron Green. I completely agree with
mm,
you. For some
mm,
reason, for the last 5 years, I've been hearing this guy is the
mm.
next Ricky Ponting. He's the next wonder of the world. He will bat at
Mm,
number 3. He will bowl at 145 clicks. He will be this
mm,
all-rounder that has never been born. In fact, they call
mm,
him the player that is made in the lab because he's just
mm.
so physically intimidating.
Yeah, true,
I mean,
true.
I just don't understand this hype about this guy who can't like
Mm.
buy a run on in
Yeah,
tough conditions. Ekada,
seriously.
I agree with you, Shikhar. He played one test match innings in New Zealand. That too,
Yeah,
he just smashed it. I mean,
that was the only knock.
I've seen
Mm.
Hardik Pandya play a test match knock in South Africa. I didn't call him the
Mm.
best test match cricketer ever. I mean, this is
Mm.
ridiculous. Okay.
No, I
Mm.
think sometimes
Guy,
we underrate Hardik Pandya. Hardik Pandya is better than Ben Stokes and Cameron Green for sure.
ठीक है अभी अभी उतना मत जाओ
अभी भाई
In limited
अभी
overs.
वहां तक
In
मत जाओ
limited
टेस्ट
overs.
क्रिकेट
At
में
least in limited overs.
हम्म
नहीं नहीं अभी see I mean my whole point on Australia coming back they have
हम्म
head Marsh is old head is
हम्म
okay Marsh will play maybe another World Cup but he's not that
हम्म
great to be
They did
honest
their part today. I mean, that
now
was a
instead
today
of
today actually Sri
now
Lanka finished the careers of lot of Aussies. They finished the
uh,
careers of Maxwell. Stoinis is done. I think Hazelwood and Cummins also are not going to play T20 cricket ever. I don't think they are going to play T20 cricket, so they are done. I don't think I'm not seeing. Maybe Zampa will continue, but he's not the bowler who he was maybe 5 years ago. He was totally a different beast 5 years ago.
No,
He's
I think
not got.
Shikhar, I'll put it
Hmm.
differently. Zampa is still the same bowler. It just goes to show when you don't have quality all round, even your best players struggle because there is no
That's
pressure
true.
on the opposition. When you are getting 9, 10 runs easily at the other end, there is no pressure on the opposition. Normally, Zampa has been successful because Hazelwood, Stark, Cummins, God knows who else came up,
In
built
prior
pressure,
World
and
Cups,
Zampa
actually, they
comes
used to
on.
bring Nathan Lyon just for the T20 World Cups, if you remember. And he used to bowl at least steadily on the other end. Like he was not
Nathan Lyon has
expensive.
played
I
T20
mean,
World Cup. I don't remember.
Nathan Lyon has
if you
played two
build
T20.
pressure at the other end, which Australian seamers are very good at
Yeah.
traditionally, then Zampa comes in with his accuracy. You try to hit him and you get out. So this is their skill. But the moment he comes on when Australia is struggling, then I don't think. I mean, he's not a huge turner of the ball. He's
No,
not
no, but in
somebody.
Sri Lanka,
He's
you
just
expect him to
accurate.
do better than this.
And
And
today you needed a big
very
turner.
disappointed.
The
He's a
way
wicket taker, but Nathan Ellis didn't perform today.
No, actually the problem is today you needed a big turner. The ball was turning a lot in the like Dishan hit
Maxwell was
the
their
huge
best
big.
spin bowler. Maxwell was their
Maxwell,
best
yeah,
spin bowler
he should have bowled in the
because he could
starting
bowl
only.
it
He was
slower.
bought after 11 overs, Maxwell.
Because
So
he could bowl it slower. The key is he could bowl it slower. None of the
hmm,
Australians like the Indian spinners. Again, I don't like Indian spinners very much these days. We are not even in the top
hmm,
few, barring Varun Chakravarti. None of us bowl classical spin. You know,
hmm,
thanks to
hmm,
Ishan Kishan, a couple of days ago we smashed Pakistan. But
hmm.
the
There
fact
also
is
you
that
see, only Salman Ali Agha was the only classical spinner, and he was only getting
right,
that turn.
Saim Ayub and also the left armer,
Yeah,
right? What's his
Time
name?
is actually
Nawaz,
very
Again,
good.
Nawaz.
Yeah.
Nawaz. These two are
Hmm,
classical. So they are any day better than Indian spinners, to be honest.
hmm,
Uh, but again, Australia,
hmm,
my closing comments, I will never
hmm,
write them off. But if they be careless,
hmm,
like they have been in the last two tournaments,
hmm,
right? Then I'm telling you, one more year of being careless, they could go 5 years without anything, man. I will
hmm.
write this because I have seen teams
Yeah.
become careless and Australia are getting borderline careless.
And
You know,
eventually, when
on
the great trio retires, the Test cricket will also come down. Like I know they're very good on Test cricket still, but that will also come down.
Hmm.
dude, I rate Australian Test cricket only if they can win away from Australia consistently. The
That they will.
same baro
They're
the
coming to
same
India.
barometer that I gave to the top Indian teams,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
will give to Australia. I will agree that they are a
Hmm.
top Test team if they can win away from Australia.
They have a
So
good
how
chance.
much have they won? How much have they won away from Australia? I mean, my only question is, barely have they won away from Australia.
They have not
One
won in
series.
India. They have not won in India.
No,
Apart
they
from that,
haven't
they have
even
won.
won. They haven't even won in England in a long time.
That South Africa tour
They
is coming,
haven't.
right? That South
Hmm.
Africa
South
tour.
Africa last South Africa tour they lost. That sandpaper gate,
Yeah,
right? That was the
sandpaper.
last one.
Yes.
Because
So,
they cancelled the other tour
so
during
my point is
Hmm.
Australia, unless they win away from home, and they lost two series at home to India. And they
Hmm.
probably drew one other, I remember, with some other smaller team in a two-test series, West Indies, right? They drew a
Hmm.
series against West Indies at home.
Yeah.
So my whole
but
view
then
is
that is
Australia
Test
are a
cricket.
good team.
But I like your point about that Australia has been always weaker in the
Oh
T20.
my God, Karthik has total full rant against Australia
No,
today.
T20 formats,
No,
they've always
no,
been poor. Even like the
Hmm.
inaugural World Cup, they made so many mistakes. You were surprised, right? 2007, the same year when
No,
they.
let's talk about Australia in T20s, Pratik, only. I will say that, maybe from that Warner Watson era, which was when Australia were actually strong and they reached the final also, where they lost to England. Kevin Peterson was the
2009,
man of the tournament. And,
9,
uh, from that era onwards, Australian teams have not been strong, actually. That I also agree with Karthik that, Dew was a big factor. They won that 2021 T20 World Cup. But, since actually 2012, 14, those times were like the best Australian team because Warner and Watson were giving them with Mike Hussey, David Hussey, all these guys. That was actually the era where Australian teams were actually good. But now they don't get the T20 game. I think they are just a six hitting machine. They play players like Tim David, Maxwell, who they just want to be six. That will not work in Sri Lankan pitches.
they
Sorry.
are flat track bullies. They are flat
Yeah,
track
yeah.
bullies,
Yeah,
all
So
of
Tim
their
David
they
was
stuff
are
that.
actually the first cricketer who did not come from the first class setup. Yeah.
Yeah, Sri Lankan pitches need more of cultured batting. So here you can't just think, I will go from ball one and everything will just be crossing the boundary ropes. It will not happen. So, players like Stoinis, first of all, should not have even been picked for this World Cup. He's such a poor player of spin. Like his footwork against spin is actually, everyone knows. It's not even a secret. Everyone
But
in IPL knows
Shikhar,
he
just
can't play
on
spin.
Stoinis, just on
Hmm.
Stoinis, they don't have any other player, so they have to pull him out of retirement. That is how
Yeah.
bad their setup is.
I mean, how
उनके
can an
पास
average
डेप्थ ही
player like
नहीं है.
Connolly play?
No, they don't have depth. Connolly barely was playing under 19. That guy
Yeah.
is overhyped beyond limit. He's a decent bowler.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I give credit where it's due. He's a decent bowler. But ये जो
Hmm.
बैटिंग जो उसको कराते हैं 7-8 पे भाई, चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी आई
Hmm.
स्टिल रिमेम्बर ही वेंट ऑन टू ओपन सडनली. कहीं से तो आ
Hmm.
गया चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी नॉकआउट गेम में आके ओपनिंग कर गया. तो
Hmm.
I mean, ये सब time pass. I think Australia are just time passing in the
Yeah.
white ball formats.
Yeah.
Yes, 50 overs they won. Again, I have a big point. They
Hmm.
played in dewy conditions. In my view, India were the best team in the 50-over World Cup, and I maintain
Hmm.
that. They played in dewy conditions and they won. Afghanistan, they had no right to win that game. Dewy conditions, they dropped couple of catches, they won that game. So these things don't happen every day. But ठीक है, let's see the next 5 years and see
But
where they go.
One
yeah,
one
Australia
important
actually
factor.
get desperate. They went into panic mode today. Say, see, Kuhneman was not doing so bad, so they could have actually played Kuhneman today. But they wanted to elongate their batting order. Renshaw was actually doing well. I don't know. He could have actually
That was
saved that collapse which happened.
unbelievable. Yeah.
So
Was he
they
unwell?
dropped
Why was he
Renshaw.
dropped? He played
I
well,
think they
no?
wanted
Even
to play. So they played. I think some extra
Steve
all
Smith was
rounder.
also available for
Connolly, they played
selection, right?
Connolly.
Was Steve Smith also
Huh?
available for selection?
Steve
yeah,
Smith
of course.
was
No, but he
very
was a backup player.
mismanaged. He landed on Friday and today he was included in the squad. I don't know what they were doing for
No,
3 days.
he should have been included in the initial squad only. Like
No,
they
no,
needed.
but have you seen? No, Steve Smith retired, boss. That's the
No,
reason
he's
why he
in
was
Sri
not
Lanka.
included.
He's in Sri
अरे
Lanka.
no. let me
He was
chronology समझिए.
supposed
पहले वो retire हो गया. अरे सुनो, big bash में he became player of the tournament. They asked him, "Will you come back to the Australian setup?" He said, "No, I've retired. That bus has passed." But हुआ क्या? This guy got hit in the nuts, no, Marsh, and then they had some injury troubles. They didn't even have backup players. They had to call out Steve Smith from retirement to come and become a backup player just in case March was not fit. And then it turned out they didn't
But I don't
play.
think he announced his
Steve Smith.
retirement, Karthik. He
No,
didn't say
no.
anything. He wants to
अरे
play
भाई,
2028 LA Olympics. Actually, he wants to play LA Olympics.
Olympics is okay. I'm not
My
talking about that.
point
I'm
is,
talking.
whatever team
He
they had
clearly
today, they
said,
made one mistake. I think tactically was when one of the openers got out. They should have immediately sent Josh Inglis and continued the momentum. They could have run away with this game because Josh Inglis is one player who's in form. Suddenly, he was dropped from opening to the sixth position, fifth or sixth position because March was fit. That was one tactical mistake. I don't know if you agree, but I think
Josh Inglis was failing as an opener also. So I don't think.
no.
"Hey,
I
but
see this was not Australia's kind of ground. Actually, they got stuck in Sri Lanka badly. So,
Yeah,
you
Shikhar,
know,
that is unbelievable, man. Like you have made that point, but yeah, I want to hear
Shikhar,
that
this
point.
is
Like you're
not a
saying it's
typical.
unfair for Australia
Shikhar,
to
this is
play.
not a typical Sri Lankan pitch. By the way, this is a very good pitch.
hmm,
It's not like
yeah,
the ball was turning square. Okay.
hmm,
It was
ऐसा नहीं है
actually
पुराने जो इंडिया
different
खेले
running.
थे ना. नहीं,
hmm,
when India played and we are talking about India's, वहां पे तो स्क्वायर टर्न हो रहा था भाई. Okay.
hmm.
After the first 6 overs, there was no chance for you to make any runs.
This was a
But
200
यहाँ
pitch.
पे ऐसा नहीं था.
200. 180 was
This
actually
was a
less.
proper, very good pitch. This is a
180
very
was
good
less.
pitch.
Yeah, they were 15 overs, 150. They were 15 overs,
That's
150
what I'm
Australia.
saying.
Yeah, you expect
They
So
minimum
this
200.
collapsed.
is
Minimum 200 from there.
Hmm,
this is purely Australia's negligence. Let me put it out there. They didn't care about
hmm,
this World Cup.
hmm,
They lost at home to India. They didn't even put up a fight in a lot
hmm.
of these games. And I don't think Australia have been serious about this format. To be
Yeah.
honest, I don't think Australia are being serious. Full stop. Their their
Yeah.
their backup players are decent. I'm not saying they're
Yeah.
poor. They're
Yeah.
decent.
I
They are not world
got your
class.
point, Karthik. Yeah. But now I want to ask you with now Zimbabwe qualifying through,
No, but
obviously
it's
they are
not
going
done,
to.
Shikhar.
They have to beat
No, it's
Ireland.
not
Yeah.
done.
Tomorrow
If
they
they
should beat
don't
But
beat
Ireland.
Ireland, if they lose, what if they lose to Ireland?
Tomorrow they should beat Ireland. No,
No,
Karthik,
what
if
if
even
they
you've
lose?
been
What's
following
going to
Zimbabwe,
happen?
they have won the two matches almost one-sided. They are on a very good run.
Arey,
yeah,
I
even
have been following them, but what if they lose? Does Australia stay?
yeah, if they lose,
Still have a
Australia still
chance?
has a very outside chance. If Sri Lanka,
Then they will be tied on the points with Australia, and the better run rate team will go. And again, Zimbabwe has beaten Oman, right? By a
yeah,
big margin.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they should still go through.
No,
I think
my
they should
only
still
worry
go.
is I remember the Afghanistan game when I thought Australia were out of the World Cup, and they
Hmm.
went on to win the World Cup. So, for all the criticism I'm doing, I will not
Man,
write
you
them
have
off
been
till they're out of the World
relentless
Cup.
today.
No, that's fair.
You have been
Even
relentless today.
Afghanistan against UAE today, when the match went to the last over. So yeah, Zimbabwe has to beat Ireland tomorrow. Then only we can say.
देखते हैं, चलो.
See, let's assume Zimbabwe. Okay,
Beat
let's
Ireland.
assume that Zimbabwe beat Ireland. So, do you think that Super 8 games with Zimbabwe in India, South Africa, West Indies, do you think that will be as competitive and the World Cup? Do you think that India will actually enjoy getting maybe a relief game in the Super 8 with Zimbabwe? I know there are no easy games, but still, even West Indies would fancy their chances now. Do you think it's a good thing overall?
Frankly, I think this tournament, I don't know what to make of it. I thought it was a
Hmm.
bad idea to have 20 teams. But now that
Hmm.
Australia are on the brink of getting knocked out, and Pakistan probably could have been knocked out if not for that drop catch,
Yeah.
right? I have
Hmm.
different views. I think Super 8s
Hmm.
may not be competitive, but at least it has shown that none
Hmm.
of the big teams can take it lightly. So, I
Hmm.
mean, USA have been outstanding. I didn't expect them to be
Hmm.
so good.
Hmm.
So, I mean, whatever may happen in the Super 8s, I think you cannot write
Hmm.
anybody off. Think about the due in India. If India loses the toss on a
Hmm.
tacky pitch,
Yes.
कुछ भी हो सकता है. I still don't
Hmm.
believe India we are going to win this tournament outright just because the due is crazy.
Hmm.
If India wins all the tosses, we will beat every team by a huge margin in India. By a huge margin,
Hmm.
I write it down. If we win all the tosses and we
Hmm.
bowl
But
first.
till now, there have been no upsets in India. Upsets have only been in Sri Lanka, I guess. Till
I'm a
now, I
little bit
guess.
confused with what Karthik is saying because India before the preparation they were opting to bat first themselves, right? So now you're thinking India will not be batting first.
But that's because they want to be prepared in case
No,
they
why?
have to
When were
bat
they
first.
batting first? Sorry, I didn't get you,
In the New
Pratik.
Zealand
When were
series, they were opting to bat first because they know they are the
that
only
was
team going to
preparation, man.
They
Bilateral is
want to
not.
be prepared. No,
Of course, you have
obviously,
to
what if
prepare
you
in the
lose the
bilateral.
toss?
But I feel
In
like
You
every
lose the
bilateral,
toss.
India should bat first. In every bilateral, India should bat first
Yes,
but
to get
Ireland
that
has
touch.
the
yes.
batting resources that they can make 220, 240. So I thought they will bat
Yeah,
But
first.
I mean,
bhai, on a tacky pitch, everybody is not Pakistan.
Hmm.
Okay. They are going to take advantage. If you fall to New Zealand on a tacky pitch, it's not going to be
hmm.
easy. So
I
I
think
think a lot.
India will win this World Cup now. I have a feeling
Just to answer
that.
Shikhar's question, I think the Super 8 will be more interesting because for me, the team with hunger is better than team with capability. Like this team has more hunger, Zimbabwe. And Australia,
Hmm.
even though you saw today, because they're underconfident, they panicked. Otherwise, after that start, how can you not make 200 or 220? So Zimbabwe, I would take
Hmm.
Zimbabwe again because they have very good rivalry with South Africa. They would like to prove a point there. And plus, they have had interesting games with West Indies. So,
Rivalry like India Pakistan rivalry
yeah,
7-1, 8-1.
yeah.
The greatest rivalry. No, I mean, yeah, Zimbabwe will give a different flavor to the Super 8s. Let's call it that. I don't see them upsetting anyone, actually. I don't see them upsetting. So I'm actually now hoping that West Indies get a good game versus either India or South Africa and they
So they,
qualified
they
for
can
semi.
qualify. Yeah.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
coming back to Sri Lanka, guys, I feel like Sri Lanka
Hmm.
will be the dangerous team to meet in final. I think they are the one that we should be slightly cautious of. Other teams are not a match for
Hmm.
us, but Sri Lanka on their home ground can challenge us.
It's only two or three batsmen in Sri Lanka, Pratik. Again, I
The
don't see
problem
the
with Sri
whole
Lanka is
team.
they lost Hasaranga. I know today Himanta did well. He considered 37 runs in 4 overs, but it's a big blow for them actually. And Thikshana went
They've
for
lost
2
Patirana also.
Hasaranga is a
They've
big,
lost
Pathirana.
Patirana
They've lost
also,
Pathirana
possibly
also.
for
So
the tournament.
but
today
Hasaranga
actually
is a
their
big one.
batsman went
Hasaranga is
not
the
out.
biggest one.
their batsmen were superb and death bowling with Chamira. I think he bowled really well in the death, but I don't think it's going to
Samira is
happen every
class.
time.
But if India Sri
Australia
Lanka
were
has to
also totally
semi-final,
bad
that
today.
semi-final will be in Sri Lanka, right? That's fixed, right? Semi-final, at least semi-final.
Yeah, because they won't play India in the semi-final, most likely. That's
They
why.
won't play India, I think, in the
No, why?
semi-final.
If they finish second in their group, they will play India then.
No, I think some seedings will come through.
Oh.
I'm not entirely sure, but I
I'm
think
also not
if
entirely sure on this, but I think
both India and Sri Lanka reach
India
the
will play
semis, then
the
both will
semis.
play home.
India will only go to Sri Lanka only in the final and
Pakistan.
only with Pakistan. Otherwise, they will
Yes.
not go to Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka has to come to India.
Oh, so
If
Sri Lanka semi-final cannot happen. Okay, okay. Yeah,
then
that's
it can happen. It can happen. It can happen, but it will be in India. It will be in India. And the other
Yeah, Sri
semi-final
Lanka,
will
I think,
be
has to come to India.
for both
other
semi or
semi-final
final.
will be
Okay.
in Sri Lanka. The other semi-final. Yeah.
Hmm.
Where Pakistan will be there. Most probably Pakistan could be there also.
Yeah. Another thing I'm happy about is
Let's see if
even though,
Pakistan beats Namibia.
yeah. Guys, one
Come
thing
on.
which makes Sri Lankan fans
Pakistan will
happy
beat Namibia, yeah.
is
Come on.
They
very one-sided
were
record
so
that
close to losing to Netherlands, so I won't write
Netherlands
it
is
off.
a very,
yeah.
I mean, they are an
We
old
will be
team.
following that match, Shikhar. You know, we'll be following Pakistan versus Namibia. Guys, one thing I want to say is
Yeah.
Australia always had upper hand on Sri Lanka in the World Cup tournaments. They've hardly won anything against Australia, so that also makes it a little bit. I'm very cheerful. I'm sure Sri Lankan fans are very cheerful about that. They've only beaten Australia three occasions: '96 World Cup, 2009 T20 World Cup, and this one. In the middle, they have lost many games, like 10 plus.
And the
So,
best thing for Sri Lanka is now they will not take any tension in the Zimbabwe match. Otherwise, that would have been a very must-win
oh,
game for Sri Lanka. So
some
now they can
choking.
relax in the
Yeah.
Zimbabwe match without any tension, because and they will play pressure-free cricket. And of course, I mean Zimbabwe, if they beat Ireland tomorrow, so they will also have it will be a dead rubber. Sri Lanka versus Zimbabwe, most likely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm thinking if any other tricky matches are remaining like this one in this group stage now. So we have,
I think now all the things are sorted only.
yeah, Pakistan, Namibia slightly, we'll be just watching from.
No, no, I won't give up on Pakistan, Namibia just yet.
Yeah.
By the way, did anyone follow the
Erasmus.
Italy
Hail
match
Erasmus.
today? Like, anyone wants to compliment Italy? I didn't follow that match, but the scorecard looks very promising for
Arey,
Italy.
I didn't see Italy only. How is Italy
No,
playing? Yeah, people
it
are
was.
talking a lot.
I mean, England are teasing their. I
Minnows,
mean,
like so said nation.
minnows like anything because today they were 103 for 5, England. And then Will Jacks absolutely played a blinder. From
Again,
103 for 5 in 13 overs, he took them to 202 for 7 in 20 overs. And Italy, while chasing, initially they lost 2 wickets in the first over. But then Ben Manenti, who is an Australian Big Bash League player, he
captain.
actually smashed 65 of 24 or something.
Wow.
And then, yeah, it was amazing. Actually, they needed 29 in the last 2 overs, which was same as what Pakistan needed versus Netherlands. And after that, obviously, that didn't materialize because Sam Curran bowled an excellent death. I'm just loving Sam Curran as a death bowler again. I'm so happy that England brought him back into
So
the
England is the
setup
only
because
team that has produced all thrillers. Even the Scotland match went till 19th over. Even wow. So
yeah, but I think they will enjoy the conditions in Sri Lanka, especially Sam Curran and his variations will get accentuated in Sri Lanka even more. He's bowling brilliantly. And
I
Adil
thought
Rashid
it's
will
unfair
also
to
enjoy.
teams like New Zealand and England that they have been asked to play the rest half of the tournament in different country. But now you're saying England, for England it might be a boost.
Yeah, England would actually love it. New Zealand would also love it, like Santner and I don't know. They have a second spinner. Sodhi
That
is
group
not
is
that.
so difficult to pick the two teams, right? Like that group is very competitive. New Zealand, England, Pakistan, Sri Lanka.
Pakistan, Sri Lanka. I think maybe Pakistan and England could make it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
thinking
I originally predicted. But now I feel like it can
Sri
be.
Lanka. Hmm. Yeah, it will be an interesting group, but none of that group members. I don't think they'll win the World Cup. I think it will be someone from this group
You're
only.
thinking India South Africa final again.
Yeah, I'm thinking India South Africa final. The chances of that has increased maximum now with Australia out. I'm thinking India South Africa
I
final.
mean, if South Africa has to play Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka, that would be a blockbuster. Like I won't say that it will be easy win for any of them.
I think the tournament starts when the Super 8 starts. So we'll have to
Yeah.
really see
Yeah.
who kicks on in the Super 8s. These are all
Hmm.
nice warm-up games out of which Australia have been
Yeah.
knocked out.
Correct. Correct.
But
Yeah.
to be honest, it's the Super 8s. So
Hmm.
only who performs in the Super 8s, we have to count them as performance. I mean,
Hmm.
ये जो किया ये सब time pass है.
That's perfectly
You have
summarized. I
to
mean, perfect summary.
tournament
Yeah.
starts in the Super 8s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Pakistan and New Zealand is the first game of Super 8 on Saturday.
Huh.
That's my
Yeah,
anniversary
so I
day.
won't even write Pakistan off. If they make it to the Super 8s, they could be a completely different team. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, they have
we
the
have to
best.
just
Players.
look at the
Still the
Super
best
8s in
players. Still,
isolation.
they have still
And
have the
Sri
best.
Lanka, they have some advantage in Sri Lanka because yesterday they obviously faced India, which is a much superior team. But against New Zealand, England, they could actually, their 4-5 spinners can actually,
Yeah.
trap them in a web. Like that could be difficult.
I think Saim Ayub is their best spinner. I think he should stop
Yeah,
batting and
he's
start just
amazing.
bowling spin.
Yeah, Aga actually bowled really well. 2 overs 10. I don't know why he didn't
And
take
this
a
guy's
third.
first
And
time
they,
bowling in this tournament. So another spinner added to their. They can totally drop Shaheen Afridi. There is no need because they have such good spin attack and Fahim can bowl few pace overs.
Yeah, but
they
they're
they
not
all
bowling
prepared for
Fahim.
Abhishek Sharma, but Ishan Kishan came out of syllabus. That's the only reason I think.
No,
They
but
were
how
so
pathetic.
fixated. The entire Pandit group, the team was fixated on Abhishek Sharma, and they
Yeah.
thought they
Hmm.
won the game after getting him out.
Hmm.
No, but
Hmm.
how pathetic it was that when Ishan Kishan was running away with it, they still wanted to hold Usman Tariq. Like that was very pathetic. They should have thrown Usman Tariq there in the power play or something.
Yeah, Mike Hassan is just a notebook diary coach. So he wrote
YouTube,
something.
YouTube coach, YouTube
YouTube
coach.
coach. He wrote something he said in the press conference actually that I had written in my diary 3 days back that Salman Ali Aga will bowl the first over to Abhishek Sharma, and I had written in the diary that
11th over,
Usman Tariq
Usman Tariq will bowl. Yeah,
will
yeah.
come at 11th over, and no adaptability to game situation. Absolutely no adaptability. Obviously, when you know that the par score on this pitch is 160 and if someone has already scored 18 8 overs, then you need to change your strategy, man. But the
And their
diary coach,
internal politics,
coach,
Pakistan internal politics actually wanted a coach like Hassan who they can demand like these players will only play. What Gary Kirsten, the strong leader, was doing, he was wanted to pick his own players. But now these Shadab, the Shaheen gang, like the Babar, they're all back because Mike Hassan is not intervening in the selection too much.
I think we have less than a minute, Pratik. So thank
Yeah.
you. And Sri Lankan fans, please do subscribe our channel. Please show some love. Please do comment. And thank you for watching our channel, Cricket Caviar.